Ding 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 ding. It's a piano. Hey guys, Veer here from CollectionDX, bringing you a review of the DX Buster Hercules Set from Tokumei Sentai Go-Busters. This review sample was provided by HLJ. If you want one too, you can pick it up there. Included in this set are the BCO4 and the SJO5, the Zord/vehicle/robot/bugs that are used by Beat and Stag Buster, respectively. These toys are well made, hefty, well designed, beautifully colored as you can see, and fun to play with. Let's start off with the SJO5, the Stag Jet Buster Machine number 5. This Stag Jet is Stag Buster's weapon of choice, dare I say, Megazord of choice, as they are called Megazords in the show. A nice shout out to the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The jet mode is nice. It definitely encapsulates the design very well from the show. Its colors are glorious, especially the blue. The blue is my favorite part. And the design is solid. The wings are slightly gummy. They do give under a fair amount of force, most likely because they are part of the moving transformation. Don't want them to bust off. The jet mode is a little fat. It doesn't look like it would actually fly, but I'm okay with that because it's very accurate to the show. If you don't like this, you don't like the show. You don't like the design, and that's all your fault. And like I said, a very tidy, very clean, very solid package. Good for imaginative play. I mean, that's the point here, and it works. The S part in Stag Jet, SJ means stag, of course, and so as keeping in true to the show, the SJO5 can in fact turn to a stag beetle. And that transformation is done this way. You can move these legs forward to create the front legs of the stag beetle. These wings, actually that's second. This canopy is on a hinge. Simply move it up and put it into the divot on the back of the jet and get ready to have your mind blown. Simply pressing it in further releases the front mandibles of the stag beetle. Fold the wings up, you're given back legs, and you have, quite simply, a techno stag beetle. It's very nice. I love the design of this thing. It helps that it includes, aesthetically, natural aspects, such as the stag beetle itself, and the technical aspects of a jet or robot. They work very well together, and I'm glad to see that both aspects of that are present, especially the little eyes down here. It gives the stag form of it its own identity, which is nice. Unfortunately, it's never really seen that much in the show, but that's beside the point. The fact that this toy can faithfully represent that aspect is great. One thing I really appreciate about the jet mode is that it holds all the extra accessories that come with the toy. The face that is used for Go Buster King if you happen to have all of the Buster machines. And though this is used as part of the jet turbine system for the SJO5, this is also the chest gun that is used later when the Hercules is formed, and I do believe in Go Buster King as well. But overall, the SJO5 is a solid toy, fun, greatly colored, greatly detailed. If there's one thing I don't like about it, it's minor, is this divot up here where the canopy sits. It's got to go somewhere, and I understand that. But it looks a little bit deep. It's there in the show, but it's not necessarily that deep. But there's also Toku magic making this thing disappear, and so I understand why it's there and why it's so deep. It doesn't detract too much from the toy, as, well, it looks this good. Something that small isn't going to detract from your enjoyment of the toy. One thing I forgot to add, and I'll probably just cut this in really poorly into the video. In the show, the SJO5 can ride on top of the BCO4 as a transport carrier. You can do that with this. This line matches up with those etches. Show accuracy, you gotta love it. The best thing is this, however. Moving it across the guidelines, the mandibles fire out. Absolutely great hidden feature. May not have been hidden because, like I said, I can't read the instructions. But this deserves to be noted. Next, we have the BCO4 Beat Busters Megazord of choice and or vehicle. This toy sports 3 forms: a crane, a bug, just as with the SJO5, and a robot. This toy is big. It is very big. I believe this mode stretches near a foot, if not over a foot. Probably a little bit under. The selling point of the Beetle mode was that it was 13 inches. So this one's probably less. Most of that, of course, comes from the crane. But just as with the SJO5, the BCO4 is a very nice toy. The detail is through the roof on this. As you can see, we've got etching marks for the windows. Tires all freely move. Now they're a little bit cheating because they're thin, but that doesn't really matter. Everything is there. Guns, markings, etches. The blue, once again, is miraculous. It's a very solid toy. It rolls exceptionally well. Moves all by itself. The crane is posable, just in case you need to go save the universe by reaching something far away. It extends marginally, but that's beside the point. It's not going to be an actual functioning crane, Sue Bandai, if that bothers you. I probably shouldn't have said that. A solid toy. Perfect little vehicle. One thing I found very interesting, I should probably move that down. One thing I found very interesting about this, a very subtle addition to the toy, which I was overjoyed to see, are these. Stabilizer joints used in the show maybe 2 times on 2 different occasions to keep the crane in place. One on each side so that it won't move, just like an actual piece of machinery. That was fantastic to see. But nobody buys this for the vehicle mode. We buy it for the bug and or robot mode. Now this one's a little bit involved, but still just as friendly and excellent as the SJO5. You'll forgive me if I don't keep it in frame. But we'll go into bug mode first. Simply and carefully move these levers, move these panels, I should say, forward. Connect them. These come down and form the legs. You will see that momentarily. These flaps, bring them back, lock them into place. We're almost done, kiddies. And then the coup de grace. You must remember to turn it around. So you've got, this hook point. You got your spherical connector here and your repository here. Simply connect, connect, lift, and open. And there we have it. A miraculous 13-inch long golden Kabuto beetle. I love it. It's miraculous. Once again, just as with the SJO5, it's a perfect blend of animalia, nature, with the eyes and the obvious protrusions that, define a Kabuto beetle, but undeniable tech. You've got bolt heads, you've got vents, you've got etchings, you've got hooks, for goodness sake. It's a robot, it's also a bug. A very nice toy. Doesn't really do much in this mode, except slide a little bit. That wouldn't happen on an animal. Very nice. The gold is beautiful. There's no blue in this mode, but I guess that would kind of detract from the ostentatious amounts of gold. This is shiny. This, you would think, it's a little bit matte, but definitely reflects. A slight point in contention. Of course, this just goes with the different plastics that are used. You can tell a difference, but that's minor at best. But we also didn't buy this toy just for the Beetle mode, no matter how obviously cool it is. This Beetle mode also turns into a robot. The transformation is as follows. It's just as hard as the previous, so I should say not very. Let's see, start off by taking, well, that's on there tight this time, the horn off, set it aside. Extend the legs as follows. It's just a simple pull. You know, I probably should take some time out right here and warn you about the safety of your fingers at this point, but that's dumb. I'll just skip over that. Take these feet. They're on a revolving hinge. Pull them out. Put them in front. Same thing for the other. Pull the legs apart. Fold these down and put them in front. We're almost there. Now for the top half, pull the Kabuto Beetle head back and lift the shoulders up. Oh. Open this door and reveal the BCO4 head. We're almost done. But now, we're ready for the best and coolest part of this entire toy. The arms, if you've seen the show, are the entire crane mechanism. And how do they enter, you might ask? Exactly the same as how they do on the mighty Gao-Gaigar. You cannot be ready for this. Best thing ever. You can either, and for the complete robot mode, these hooks are pulled apart. Actually, they can be kept together or removed entirely. The BCO4 is just as beautiful as its other modes. The blue, the gold, the black. It's shiny, and it's just a chunk of robot. The details are completely accurate, including the face, if you can see that. Very good. It's just a stalwart and city-crushing robot. It doesn't move a lot. I mean, you've got no joints except for arms. Good job. Oh, and that pops out way too easily. Be very careful with that. When and if you purchase this toy, there's a very weak connection system there. Or I could just be a fool and being too rough with it. Either way. The toy is fantastic. Once again, this is the same toy. It's got oodles and oodles of detail. A little more boring gray on the arms, but it's silver, it's gray, it's got to be there. And now, you buy the Hercules set for its main purpose, to be combined together. You take the BCO4 and the SJO5, mix them up a little bit, and they are a whole new robot. I use that term lightly because it's not really. To do that, take your SJO5, and your BCO4 is fine the way it is. Remove the extra pieces, they'll come into play later, and split, let's get that better frame, and split the SJO5 apart. One piece, two piece. This becomes the Hercules' gun. Come here. It's not terribly convincing. It is just the middle part of a jet. But that's how it is in the show, and so I can't really get mad at that. Next we have the other parts to add on. You take your leftover pieces, the SJO5, connect them together. Actually, before you do that, as I forgot again, this lever here, right in the middle, push that in to pull the mandible out. You've got many different ways to pull those mandibles out. Connect it together with the internal clips as shown. Make sure these connection points used with the Go-Buster King combination are out. I think it was medium up. And on the arm of the BCO4, that's a problem I'll talk about later, you have these divots right here. Take these and connect them appropriately. There you go. This circular joint, connection point, pull it out. And connect to it the turbine thrusters of the jet. That's the right way. And thus you have the Super Gatling gun ready for the Hercules combination. Open these flaps. Reveal the face. Glorious. It is the Hercules combination. It's chunky. It's overwhelming. It likes to fall over a lot. It looks great together. I can't, argue about that. I mean, looks fantastic together. The gold and silver and the blue, I might add, look perfect together. As you can see, reveal the new Hercules face. Get that in frame, very good. Everything works together perfectly well. As I said before, the same problem with the BCO4. This doesn't move. You've got shoulder joints. That's it. This also likes to fall over very easily. I'm surprised it's not doing it right now. But overall, it does look fantastic. One thing I forgot to mention, you may be thinking, where does this go? Right on the back. Trying to do this awkwardly on camera. Watch it not work. Oh, come on, you worked before. There we go. Once again, everything of this toy is always together. No loose parts. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let me get that back in frame. But overall, very, very nice toy. It looks great in this mode. The scale is a little bit smaller than you would expect. It's about 10 inches tall or so. In scale with the 2010 reissue of the Dino Zord, it's kind of small. Understandably. The thing is, this was cheaper, this is better. There really is no competition in the quality differences between the two toys. Well, they both look great. The size doesn't really matter because you're still getting exactly what you pay for. Overall, for some closing remarks, the toy is beautiful. It works well together. I love the intermodularity of it. You can use all these parts separately and together to make the Go-Buster King, or with Ace if you happen to own any of the other Buster machines. It looks great together. I'm pretty sure I've said that enough times for you to understand. What a wonderful toy. You can pick yours up today at HLJ.
J-Man's mini review. Duh!
Hey, what's up, guys? This is J-Man filling in for Veer for this particular take. So, this is a jet thing. It does some other things. Look at this. You can take this, pull that in like that, and these things pop out. You can also pull these things out, pull those things up, and it's another thing. Look, it's like a bug or something. I have no idea what to do. So, that's pretty much it for this guy. Let's move on to this thing. So, pull everything off of it. Just like that. Then you can take these things, and take them, do like that, spread his legs apart,
You know what I mean?
and you do that, and then he's some guy. Oh, that happens like this. And then you can Galgagar his arms.
I was going to make that a point.
And then he's a guy
He's not in frame.
who doesn't have feet right now. Just a second.
See, you have fun with this. For some reason, I can't.
The whole point is to have... He doesn't need another foot. He's standing up just fine. And then you can combine them. And then you get...
2 bugs.
Herc Buster.
That's it. Yeah, man.